This podcast was created on Messy. Create your own show today at messy.fm.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Paul speaking to you from my bunker on the Snake River, deep in the heart of deplorable country. Today I have a humorous story to tell you of the DIA. No, I did not say the CIA. I said the DIA, the Deplorables in Action. The deplorable in this story is me, and it's a story of my experiences teaching English in China for 12 years. The simultaneously worst and best times of the Chinese academic year for the foreign teachers are final exams. They are the worst of times because Chinese classes have between 35 to 50 students in a class, and sometimes even more. This means that over the 2-week span of final exams, you're going to have to listen to between 32 and 47 god-awful, bore you to death 3-minute speeches. 2 speeches where the student actually wrote a fairly good speech and made an effort to prepare appropriately, and 1 speech that will amaze you. That 1 speech, coupled with your chance to make these little dumbasses pay for all the crap and aggravation they've tortured you with all semester, is what makes it the best time of the academic year. Payback is going to be a bitch, Wing Fu. I loved my job. This is a story of the one. I was teaching at a mid-level university in central China, and it was final exam time. I was gearing up to be bored silly for 2 weeks and sharpening my final exam torture techniques. I announced when final exams were going to be and gave them the appropriate coaching and instructions and let them choose their own topics. I made them submit their topics 2 weeks before the exams. And looking over the topic choices, there was nothing surprising with 1 exception. I knew immediately that this young lady was the one. Although, as you will see in due course, as it turned out, she was not the one for the reason I expected she would be. Final exam day came, and I saved the 1 for the second session in the last slot, so at least I could finish with these kids on a high note. The 1 stood at the lectern and announced her topic, which was the WTO Comes to China. I couldn't wait to hear her speech. With all the calm confidence of the accomplished public speaker, she began telling her audience about the abysmal sanitation conditions in China. And she was absolutely correct. Sanitation in China is in an abysmal state. But what the hell did this have to do with the WTO, I wondered. I was contemplating stopping her and asking her that very question, but she was doing so well I decided to let her continue. There's a Chinese proverb that says, "The ox is slow, but the earth is patient." I'm glad that I was patient with this young lady because it all became clear to my delight and amusement in the final paragraph of her speech. The WTO was indeed coming to China. The World Toilet Organization was coming to China to advise the Chinese government on how to improve sanitation conditions in the country. Wow! Beauty, brains, charm, and talent all wrapped up in a beautiful Chinese package. I gave the young lady an A+. I to this day often wonder why, if this young lady from a peasant background could do this in spite of all the obstacles put in her way, the more advantaged of the Chinese students couldn't or wouldn't. I have not as yet run into anybody that could give me a definitive answer to that question. I have a theory as to why, but that is a story for another time. Thanks for listening. If you liked the story, please let me know, and I will tell you a few more stories of my Chinese experiences as we go along. Please hit the subscribe button. I'd like to be able to monetize this podcast eventually. Trust me, my friends, living on a Social Security income is not easy. Bye for now.